Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. How much do you need saved for retirement? The problem is there's no one-size-fits-all approach to that. Some people answer $1 million, but some people need a lot less than that, and some people need a lot more. But there is one factor that drives this number more than anything else, and it's not your age, it's not your job, it's not how much you've saved so far. It's this. It's your income gap. In other words, how much of your lifestyle is covered by guaranteed income streams like Social Security, and how much do you have to cover from your savings and your investments? Let's go through how this works using real numbers so we can see why this concept is a game changer for retirement planning. Let's explore the power of guaranteed income. Let's start with a simple example. Let's say you want to spend $60,000 a year in retirement, and let's say you're part of a dual income household and that both you and your spouse qualify for Social Security. Let's say spouse A is set to receive $2,000 per month, and that spouse B gets $1,500 a month. That's a total of $3,500 a month or $42,000 a year in guaranteed income. And that right there is your income floor. This is the amount that you can count on showing up every single year, just like clockwork, without you having to touch your investments. So to reach your goal of $60,000 a year, you only need to pull $18,000 from your portfolio. If you're using something like a 5% withdrawal rate, a bit more aggressive than the traditional 4%, you'd need about $360,000 saved. That's really not too bad, right? But now let's change one thing. Let's say you want to spend $80,000 a year in retirement instead of $60,000. We'll assume you have the same Social Security income, $42,000, but now your income gap is $38,000. Using the same 5% withdrawal rate, now you need $760,000 in investments. That's more than double the savings needed to increase your lifestyle by about 33%. And just to be clear, you didn't lose any guaranteed income streams, you didn't retire any earlier, you just increased your lifestyle and it increased your spending gap. And this is what most people miss. It's not about how much you want to spend. It's about how much of that spending isn't covered. That's the gap, and that is the single biggest factor that determines your investing target. Let me give you a visual for this. Think of your guaranteed income streams like Social Security, a pension, whatever you have as the foundation for your retirement house. It is solid, it is guaranteed, and it's what holds up your basic lifestyle. The more you want to spend, the taller the house you're trying to build on your foundation. But keep in mind that Social Security or other guaranteed income sources don't support the higher floors. That's your savings. So for every extra dollar of lifestyle, every trip, upgrade, or goal, that's you hauling up more bricks, more beams, more materials. And the higher you build, the more strain it puts on you, not the foundation, because you're the one keeping it up. So while Social Security remains steady, your risk grows because you're vulnerable to market downturns or economic changes or whatever risk factors that the environment can bring your way. This introduces an inherent piece of fragility to your retirement planning puzzle. Now for the good news. You can strengthen that income floor, and that gives you a huge advantage. Here are a few ways to do that. Number one, delay claiming Social Security. If you claim Social Security at the earliest possible age of 62, you'll receive 70% of what you otherwise would have been entitled to at your full retirement age. And for each year you delay past full retirement age, your benefit will increase 8%, all the way up till the age of 70. So you could end up with a benefit that is 24% larger than the benefit you would have been entitled to at full retirement age. So each year you delay, your benefit increases, and that increases your income floor. And the higher your income floor, that means a smaller gap, and that means less pressure on your investments. Number two, coordinate with your spouse. Sometimes it makes sense for one spouse to claim early and for the other spouse to delay. You really want to maximize the household income and maximize survivor benefits. So really consider when both you and your spouse should claim. And three, work a little longer if you're able to. every additional year you work can make a big difference. If you're in your highest earning years, every higher earning year you add to your Social Security calculation replaces a lower earning year up to 35 years, and this will increase your maximum benefit payout. Also, anytime you continue working, you're not drawing on your investments. You're preserving your investments and perhaps even continuing to contribute to them and give yourself a more robust savings that you go into retirement with. So ultimately, the goal is to make sure you have a really strong foundation, a strong income floor, and a robust savings so that you can support whatever lifestyle you're looking for. So what does this mean for you? So instead of focusing on some vague number like, I want to have $1 million invested, calculate how much you truly need. Calculate what you want to spend in retirement. Calculate your income floor, which are going to be your guaranteed income streams, and find out what that gap exactly is. That gap is what you need to fill from your investments. The bigger the difference, or the bigger this gap, the more you need in investments, but not in a linear way. It is exponential. So you have two powerful levels. Decrease the gap by strengthening your floor, or decrease the gap by adjusting your lifestyle. And honestly, doing both builds in more flexibility and resilience to your retirement plan. So the next time you find yourself wondering, how much do I need to have for a successful retirement? Maybe rephrase this question. Maybe you ask yourself, how much do I have in guaranteed income streams? And how much do I want to spend? And what is this gap? That gap is the number you want to focus on. Have you ever thought about retirement planning this way? I'd love to hear your thoughts in a comment down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I'll see you soon. Bye. I had a hair stuck in my lipstick, and I hope that's not visible, but I'm not reshooting it. Let's start. And that you're part of a dual income earning household. No, I don't want to say earning, no. While Social Security remains steady, your risk grows because you're more vulnerable to economic changes.